Welcome back, everybody. Matt the Bat here. Hope you're doing well. So, the new Creed movie, Creed 3, came out this Friday. I did a ranking, my last podcast was a ranking of all the Rocky movies, including the Creed films. So you can check that out if you haven't already. I'll put it at the bottom, at the end of this video, in the link. Anyway, once again, new Creed movie came out. I went and saw it, and we're going to get right into it. Starting out with the positives, of course. Michael B. Jordan as Adonis Creed. As even going back to the first Creed movie, when they announced, when I went and saw the first one, I thought Michael B. Jordan was the perfect actor to play the character of Adonis Creed, Apollo Creed's son. He looked a little bit like Carl Weathers, so that also helped. And once again here, he's still excellent in the role. His relationship / chemistry with Tessa Thompson is great, as always. His relationship with his, I want to say maybe 7 or 8-year-old daughter in this one is great. Their relationship, since she's deaf, their sign language and then just the father-daughter relationship was great. His back and forth with Jonathan Majors, who used to be a childhood friend, the character at least, and their butting heads relationship. You can see there's a lot of conflict in him with Michael B. Jordan's Adonis because of this long friendship he's had with this one person. Great. But on the other side, this is also Michael B. Jordan's first directorial debut, and I thought he knocked it out of the park. Once again, the number one job of a director is to get the best acting out of your actors, and he does it not only with obviously Tessa Thompson, but also Jonathan Majors, but even the little girl in the movie. The little girl, she's probably about 7 or 8 years old. The few amount of scenes she's in, she still does a really good job, and as a first-time director, having to direct a child, way to go. My senior film, I had to direct 2 young boys. So, and they say, there are certain rules in making films, making your first movie. Don't have animals. Don't work with kids. And I think the third one is make sure you have the right sound for your movie, because sound is everything. I know don't work with kids is like number 1. And for a first-time director to work with a child, you know, and not only that, but the directing, the cinematography style, it's different from the other Rocky / Creed movies. The way he choreographs the action visually is different from the other movies in the franchise. So I like how Michael B. Jordan came in and put his own stamp on this movie. And didn't feel like, oh, that felt like a Ryan Coogler movie. Or that felt like a Stephen Cable Jr. who did the second one. Or that felt like a Sylvester Stallone movie who did most of the Rocky movies. No, Michael B. Jordan really puts his own, finger stamp of approval mark on this movie. And I thought he did a great job in front and behind the camera. Jonathan Majors as the antagonist / friend, childhood friend of Adonis Creed. I'm not, once again, Jonathan Majors is about to take over Hollywood. We see this once in a while with actors, they go from nothing to boom. Just like Jenna Ortega in 2022. Now, this is going to be the year of Jonathan Majors, between showing up in Ant-Man 3 as Kang, now this movie, and like I said in my Ant-Man review, he also has another movie that is getting a lot of buzz at film festivals right now. That could be an Oscar caliber performance for next year Oscars. So, I mean, Jonathan Majors is just, he's coming in hard, he's coming in fast. Is a 1-2 punch knockout in 2023 for Jonathan Majors. He's excellent. You understand where his character is coming from, and his relationship with the goddess is great. Now, once again, another great. Also, like how this story is more of a personal story. It's not like, oh, we're gonna get some random dude who's gonna come out of nowhere and be like, hey, I want to fight the champ. You know, I'll whoop Balboa. I'll whoop Balboa. You know, and not like that. This is actually a personal, personal friendship, childhood friend who would have been on top if it wasn't for getting in trouble with the law. And now he wants a shot at the title. And it's a more personal story. And I thought that was something different for the Rocky/Creed franchise. That it's not a Russian Ivan Drago. It's not even him wanting his son to now fight a Creed. It's not like Mr. T. Oh, you're a has-been. You're a nobody. Who have you fought? Nobody. I'm the man. I'm the real man. Not anything like that. It's a more grounded, personal, story. And I thought that was great. That's another great thing that Michael B. Jordan was able to come in and say, I want to change some things up, and I want to make it more personal. It works. Action. Like I said, I think the action is very good in this movie. I think Michael B. Jordan, the way he shoots the fight scenes, is a little bit more stylized. There's even some slow-mo, more slow-mo than normal in than in any Rocky movie. Other than when when they're Rocky 2, when they both fall down at the same time, and it's in a little bit of a slow-mo. But this one does have more slow-mo than any other Rocky film. But even the way it's stylized, especially in the third act when the main fighters are fighting, Michael B. Jordan does something very interesting. I won't spoil it, but I thought that was very interesting. That's something that could have gone completely wrong, but somehow he was able to still bring it in, and make it work. No, I thought the action, the fight scenes were interesting and different from previous Rocky movies. The father-daughter relationship I thought was really well done. There is a negative to that, and I'll talk about it in my negatives. But I thought, once again, bringing something a little bit different to this franchise. He has a daughter that's more deaf, just like his wife, Bianca Tessa Thompson, has been slowly going deaf as she's gotten older because of something she was born with that was passed on to her daughter, but her daughter is completely deaf. And it's just an interesting, an interesting development within the movie. In an hour, 54 minutes, I think it's a perfect runtime. The last two Creed movies were between 2:10 and 2:13 or whatever. This is a little bit, this is probably about 20 minutes, 15 and 20 minutes shorter than those Creed movies. But it still might be close to the longest in terms of the Rocky movies. So I think the Rocky 1 and Rocky 2 might be the longest. I think this might be the third longest in the Rocky franchise. So well paced, never felt bored, kept the story going tight, kept it tight, which is also very good for a director to not overdo it. So way to go on that. Talk about doing another Creed movie. We'll see. But I will say, if they were to end the Creed, and this third Creed movie was it, no more, as a trilogy, I think they wrapped it up very well. There's a fight at the beginning that circles back to the first Creed movie. We see some characters show up in the middle of the movie that have been in the other previous movies. and then like they're making this more of a personal story, and the way they end the movie. So you know what? And this one is the last Creed movie. It's a good finale. And actually, as a trilogy, I think you could argue that Creed trilogy is now one of the best trilogies probably in the past 10 to 20 years. My main first negative is going back to the father-daughter subplot. They abandon it halfway through the movie. As soon as Jonathan Majors starts to become more of a focus, the subplot between the daughter and the parents and what they're dealing with and the conflict, one has one way of thinking, the other parent has another way of thinking. They don't ever resolve it. And I don't know if they cut it out of the movie and they just thought, this is taking too long, we need to tighten this movie up a little bit, let's ditch it. But to me, if you're going to ditch that, then you should have done it from the beginning. Take out the entire subplot. Because you're leaving it completely dangling the rest of the movie. I didn't realize it at the time until we got to the third act, that where Jonathan Majors is in one scene and where he is in another scene. And then during like an interview on ESPN with Michael B. Jordan, the Adonis, the interviewer says something and I go, wait a minute. What do you mean it's been 3 years? What do you mean, how did Jonathan Majors go from here to here? There was no, 3 years later, there was no, and I think it looks like they cut, and like they're going back to that subplot with the daughter, it's almost like they cut out maybe 10 to 15 minutes of this movie to get right to the third act and get to the fight. But I felt like, and that's when it dawned on me like, huh? How has it been 3 years? I mean, one thing, I wish they did a montage of that, and maybe Michael B. Jordan like, no, I only want to have one montage. We've done so many montages in these Rocky movies, we can only stick to one. And you know what? This is where I think a montage, just quickly showing the rise of Jonathan Majors, but also dealing with the subplot with the daughter, would have been beneficial. Like, wait a minute, it's been 3 years. When did that happen? Elephant in the room is, where's Rocky? Where's Rocky? Where's Rocky Balboa? Where's Rocky Balboa? And this is what I'll say. After I saw Creed 2, and the way they ended Rocky's story, with him leaving Philly and going to see his son Robert, and they had this, back in Rocky Balboa, they had a conflict. The son didn't want to be in the dad's shadow anymore. He wanted to go live his own life. So, at the end of Creed 2, Stallone, Rocky, goes see his son, I don't know where he's living, and the son opens the door, his son or daughter, I don't know what it is, but the daughter and the son look exactly like Talia Shire, Adrian, and the son welcomed them into the house, closed the door, the end. And I said, that is a perfect ending for Rocky. And they don't have Rocky in the next Creed movie, I'll be 100% okay with that. And I will say, for 98, 99% of this movie, I was not saying, where's Rocky? It felt like its own story, and this is Adonis now. This isn't Rocky's story anymore. This is Adonis. But there is one scene, and I know behind the scenes, they did offer Stallone a cameo scene. And now I can tell you without knowing what the scene was revealed to Stallone, by watching the movie, I know exactly what scene they were talking about. And guess what? That was the one thing I did say, where is Rocky? This is where Rocky Balboa should be right now. But other than that scene, and like the scene is maybe 1 minute long. Other than for that one scene, you did not need Rocky Balboa in this movie. The movie is called Creed. It is time for Creed to step out on his own, just like Robert Balboa wanted to be out of Rocky's shadow. Now Creed wants to be out of Rocky's shadow and his father, Apollo's shadow. So, overall, I would give this movie a 4.5 out of 5. I still, for 9 Rocky movies, / Creed movies, I would still put this pretty high on the list. I'd probably put it the lowest on the Creed movies. And maybe if I go back and watch it a second time, maybe it will go up. But as a third film in the Creed franchise, very good. As a first-time director, Michael B. Jordan, very solid directorial debut. And like I said, overall, in the 9 movies in the Rocky franchise, this is still pretty high. The bad here. Let me know, did you see Creed 3? What did you think of it?